Well, hello Lions and fellow YouTubers, this is Sidevale here. This is the second video in a three-part series of how to beat the mighty Vikings. They are a top-level kingdom, and we are up against them in our Claymore League Raid at the moment. As you can see, they are absolutely smashing everyone. The next battle is against Odin. Unfortunately, during the last video, it actually crashed. I've got problems with internet at the moment, but hopefully we'll get that all sorted and ironed out. I've just been on the phone to them, which is why there's a delay in all of these videos going up. Anyway, that's by the by. This is Odin. We'll scout his base a little bit now and just have a look and see where we think the weakest points are. Now, this is actually a pretty strong base. I mean, these catapults are pretty high level. In terms of looking at where the gaps in his defences are, he's actually not left us that many. I would say just trying to decide whether there's a different type of attack I can do here. Yeah, no, I think this will be the best way in. This corner just here. I mean, he has got really thick walls and so on and so forth. I could try and take out that gold storage and fly in, but there's just too many air defences just there. Nah, he's just got so many overlapping fields of fire. He's got these really well placed. I think, most likely, I think that looks like the weakest spot, but then you're going to get absolutely hit by these guys. I think this top section is probably the best way to go. So, let's get this loaded up. Now, for this, I think I probably will bring reinforcements just to make sure. I don't know whether I'll need them or not, but I'd rather have them than not. Quite a few Primus mages. I might as well just take them for their high damage output. Okay, so let's get Viscaria on the field. I just did that flyby because I knew I was going to get in. It was just a case of actually getting the guys down into a nice wee gap. Let's get them shielded up a bit more. I'm just waiting for more of a gap to appear so I can then put down my wardens to attack their SH. And that's it. So now I didn't really need my wardens there. As you can see, there was no real need for them. But by putting them down, it just has finished this off that little bit quicker. Now the reason that side worked was because his defences were actually, because he spread them out and given such a good arc in terms of not being able to use a dragon, it's really given me the space to be able to get as many of these guys in as possible. So as you can see, that's me almost got 100%. In fact, that is 100% just by going in this top corner. Don't try and take the walls, personally. If you want to use wall breakers, that's fine, but I would prefer to tank it once I'm inside the walls. So that's Odin now down. We've now got the Calling, which is a Sentinel. Now let's just have a quick look. This is one thing I'd always recommend. Always look at the replays in terms of how they've been attacked before and won. So I'd had a look at this before. OJB is our Sentinel. He went top. That's probably the way I'm going to go as well. So we'll just scout this out just so I can show you why I would go top. Down the bottom, he is so defense heavy. I mean, that's absolutely just bonkers. But up here, we've actually got 3 troop portals. Now, they're not the higher level, so they're giving out they're giving out 3 mana. And then we've got these 2 spell towers, 2 watch towers, and a catapult level 8. Now, if I look at this, the reason I decided to go top was because these 2 catapults actually only reach as far. If you look at the circles, kind of hard to see at the moment, but they only go as far as just the tip of this catapult right there, which means that wardens and so on and so forth should be able to, if I can get enough in, they should be able to absolutely murk what's here. Go away. Right, okay, so let's go back and let's get this loaded up and go for this attack. Now, what I think I'm going to use now is quite a handy kind of add-on that's come through the quests that are on at the moment, which is the freeze ability. What do they call it again? Frost and Fusion. Now, I'm going to use one of these because I am going to lose troops here. That is inevitable. That is going to happen. But what I'd like to do is to be able to reduce the amount of forces that are arrayed against me in terms of defences. So let's go. Let's get this on. There's two of those guys. How far do you reach? Yep, so I think I'm going to go this side. I'm going to go in from a side rather than just on its own. I am getting hit. That's okay. Let's get some damage in. Okay. Now it's time to get in these wardens. They haven't quite taken it out, but now I can get in my tank squad. Let's go, guys. Still not got shield. Now they're going for the stronghold. Problem with the higher level bases is you're not actually getting all that much mana, which is difficult. Now I've lost. Shows you that even the best of us lose sometimes. Let's go straight in and go for another one. That is definitely the way to attack this. I'm going to go for it again. Not perfection, but it showed you how far that went. I mean, I took out all those top defenses. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change out and bring 2 sets of wardens. And I think I'm going to bring more starting mana, potentially, rather than that freeze, because it just didn't really benefit me all that much just there. Additional paladins, yeah, probably. Best decision. Okay, so I'm going to change this about a little bit, and I'm going to go for Viscari again, but I'm going to try and save up a little bit, a couple more flights, just by going for this bottom section to begin with. These were the two ways I decided to attack last, thought about attacking. So I'm going to go for the second out of these two plans and just see what damage we can cause. We've caused a lot more damage up the top here this time. So let's get on this and get these wardens in. And they've done what they needed to do. Double paladins. I'm saving my wardens for that kind of distance attack that I'd mentioned last time. I'm getting these frost shields on ASAP. And I want my wardens hitting that SH as soon as possible. Keep those frost shields coming. Yep, that's it. That's the technique for that then, guys. I should have stuck to my guns. That was the first one I came up with. So that is the best way. And now, as you can see, we're absolutely rolling. Did I necessarily need that second set of paladins? I'd probably argue I didn't. But I used them anyway. I mean, I've still, look at the amount of guys I've still got left. So that's a technique for doing that. I'm sorry that wasn't actually the perfect video. I should have... there's no way to test this before you do it. So that is the way to defeat that Sentinel. I will get this video up ASAP, and I'll show you the next, me beating Jum and Ragnar. That's me. Sidevale out.